Thank you. Words are like seeds. When you plant them in the minds of people, they can blossom. They can blossom into courage. They can blossom into confidence. They can blossom even into transformation. Toastmasters has definitely taught me that. Once I told the speaker, "Your speech was really good." She smiled to me and said, "Thank you. I was hoping that it was awesome." Ouch. I realized then that words matter, especially in this room. Let's take words a step beyond this room to 1965 Singapore. Singapore has just gained independence. We had no resources, no army, no clue as to how to survive. Now, if it were me, then I would say, "Oh, shoot. We're in deep trouble." But Lee Kuan Yew, what does he say? He said, "We are a thriving nation in the making. And our resources, our people, are our greatest resources." Now that, my friends, that's leadership. And a bit of quite excellent, I would say, branding, don't you think?
Yes.
Those words, they don't really reflect reality. They redefined reality. Those very words reframed an entire nation's mindset from scarcity and fear to strength and hope. So the next time you're using words, you've got to ask yourself this: do my words limit possibilities, or do they expand possibilities? Now, next up, 1947. Is it 1947? India had just gained independence, but the country was fractured by violence. What would I say? Don't fight lah, isn't it? Or perhaps other people might say, "Oh, violence is no good." But Mahatma Gandhi, he shared this. He said, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind." He could have said, "Don't fight like," isn't it? But he didn't. So he has actually given us a very powerful image. He had painted us a metaphor that is so strong, so vivid, that we still quote this today. Because vivid words, they don't just stick. Vivid words strike something within us. Now, award-winning American author Celeste Ng, in one of her novels, Little Fires Everywhere, she wanted to describe a character who's really angry. She didn't simply say she's furious. She writes, "Anger flared in her chest, hot and bright like a struck match." Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Let me repeat. Anger flared in her chest, hot and bright like a struck match. Do you hear all the hard, abrupt sounds in the words she's chosen? Those are plosives, the words like p, t, d, k, g. You have to spit the words out in order to say it, isn't it? You cannot really say it in a very gentle way like, anger flared in her chest, like hot and bright. That's when you don't say the plosives, isn't it? When you say it hot and bright, these words, they don't just tell us that she's angry. We feel the heat of her anger. And So, powerful words, what do? They don't just state, they make us feel it. Yeah. Therefore, if you want to talk about 3 tips on how to use words that can empower, that can inspire. You know, on the stage, we always talk about 3 things, 3 tips, 3 whatever. Toastmasters will know because of the power of 3. So here are your 3 tips. I'd like you to repeat it after me. The first tip is, you ready?
Yes.
The first tip is empower.
Empower.
Do you remember the example from Lee Kuan Yew? Yeah.
Yes.
Speak to the strength, not to the fear. This also works very well with toddlers, teenagers, and also my husband. The second tip, my friends, is envision. Thank you. You want to paint a picture. You can use imagery, you can use a metaphor like Mahatma Gandhi. You can use any form of language to simply help other people see what you see. Help others see what you see. Now the third tip. The third tip is engage. Say it, please.
Engage.
Thank you. We want to engage their emotions. Speak with warmth. Speak with emotions. Make it real. Make it human. What are the 3 tips again? The first one is empower. Second one is
Engage.
third one is
Engage.
very nice. These are the 3 tips that can help you. So when you speak, when you use words, you want to ask yourself this: do my words, do they lift or do they limit? Are they forgettable or are they unforgettable? Are my words cold or are they connected? Okay, think about that. We want to choose the best words to use, not just because words communicate. Words, they comfort, they challenge, they change. So if we choose our words right tonight, maybe 1 or 2 guests amongst you guys might just sign up and become a member of our club. Over to you, Toastmasters of the Evening.